This, in my opinion, was easily the greatest moment of the otherwise irrelevant Republican debate. And in fact, Vivek was the only candidate on that stage who looked like he had any promise at all, although still negligible compared to Trump. But this doesn't mean that we can't appreciate what went right. Vivek also had another moment where he ripped into each and every one of his opponents, and it was beautiful. This moment that I'm going to show you far supersedes that, and it is so pleasurable to watch. He is going to rip straight into the filth of society right in front of their face. So let's go ahead and check out this clip, and I'll give you my full thoughts after.
And frankly, look, the people there cheering for losing in the Republican Party. Think about who's moderating this debate. This should be Tucker Carlson, Joe Rogan, and Elon Musk. We'd have 10 times the viewership, asking questions that GOP primary voters actually care about and bringing more people into our party. You think the Democrats, and we've got Kristen Welker here, do you think the Democrats would actually hire Greg Gutfeld to host a Democratic debate? They wouldn't do it. And so the fact of the matter is, Kristen, I'm going to use this time because this is actually about you in the media and the corrupt media establishment. Ask you, the Trump-Russia collusion hoax that you pushed on this network for years, was that real or was that Hillary Clinton made-up disinformation? Answer the question. Go. Mr. Roberts, this is how we get our country back. We need accountability because this media rigged the 2016 election. They rigged the 2020 election with the Hunter Biden laptop story.
Mr. Ramaswamy,
and they're going to rig this election.
Your time is up.
Accountability.
Let me turn to Governor.
He just smashed the relevance of the modern news media, which in fact is irrelevant. No one trusts their reporting and they have little to no credibility. People would just rather go to alternative sources for their information. Sources like Joe Rogan, Elon Musk, and Tucker Carlson. Like Vivek said, and not to mention Americans and people all over the world are turning to regular private citizens on social media platforms like Twitter, YouTube, and Rumble rather than Fox News, ABC, MSNBC, or CNN. Then Vivek did this, and this is a big then because many people get it wrong here, but he got it right. What did he do? He kept his foot on the gas pedal. He pressed his momentum in this moment into the non-relevant news media, and he called them out on the story that they flooded us with for years, that collusion between Trump and Russia, and he asked them right to their face, was that real or was that Hillary Clinton disinformation? And then he continued on, he said, answer the question, and you could hear the crowd get behind them because finally they were saying, yes, this is exactly what we want. We want somebody to call these people out right to their face. We all knew that that Trump-Russia collusion story was fake. Even when they were shoving it down our throats, we could see right through it. And now that it's out there that the DNC and the Clintons were the ones who were involved in propagating the story, does the news media apologize? No, just like puppies to their DNC overlords. They are bought and paid for, and they are not real journalists. And they will lie to you, they will mislead you, they will deceive you because you are not who they care about. And if you don't believe that, look at the way that they responded to Vivek. Just smiling awkwardly, embarrassed. Did they answer his question? They address it? No. They just dismissed it. Let's move on. Let's go forward. That's what they always do. When you call them out for their nonsense, they just move forward. Oh, you're just a little person. We don't need to deal with you. And guess what people all over the world have done? They've shut these news media sources off and they no longer watch them. They watch Joe Rogan. They go to X and watch Tucker Carlson. They go to social media platforms and they watch people they trust, people they know who are going to deliver them the information that's accurate, that they can rely on and believe in, and are not going to give them the nonsense. People who are not bought and paid for, people whose strings are not being pulled by the Republican Party or the Democrat Party or the Clintons or anyone else who's involved. Here's my last thought, and this is where we need to really be concerned, because the modern news media realizes that they're losing credibility. They realize that they're losing their audience, and they know where they're losing it to. They know they're losing it to Joe Rogan. They know they're losing it to average private citizens on YouTube or on X. And this is scaring them. So what they've done recently is they tried to shut these places down. They're trying to get social media platforms like Facebook and Twitter, which is not going to happen now, and YouTube to pull these individuals out, to censor them, to stop them from their free speech. They're not relevant. They can't be trusted. That's misinformation. That information is not vetted. We need to squash them. Without a doubt, these news media conglomerates would shut every other person down if they could do it, but they can't. So what we really need to do is make sure that there's protection in place, that they can never shut down alternative sources of news media, private individuals, those on social media platforms, those on podcasts, whoever those influencers are, that these modern news media companies and the government will never have the ability to do this. And that probably means we need some new legislation to protect the people. What are your thoughts on this one? Leave your comments below. I'll catch you on the next one.